Bonsoir les étudiants, comment allez-vous? J'espère que tout va bien. So tonight we're going to talk about some adjectives. Now, as you know, an adjective is a word that describes a noun. So if you're going to say, what is Alexis's hair like? How curly is it? You're going to say, it is curly hair. So the curly would describe what my hair is like, or wavy, or whatever you decide the adjective is going to be. What about Alexis's glasses? No, you could say they're brown glasses, or they're sort of a rectangular shape. Either of those, brown or rectangular, would be adjectives describing the glasses. In English, we always put the adjective before the noun that it's describing. We don't say hair curly, we say curly hair. We don't say glasses brown, we say brown glasses. In French, though, they do it the opposite way. So let's take a look. Over here, we've got, there it is, sorry about that, a black pen. So again, we put the adjective before the noun in English, and pen is the noun. Now, in French, you remember that stylo is a masculine noun, and so therefore the adjective has to match in form to the noun that it's modifying. So un stylo noir, noir being the adjective for black, is going to go after the noun, and it's going to match in gender. So un stylo is masculine, the masculine noun, and noir would be the masculine form of that adjective for this noun. Now let's come over here. In English, we say a blue pen. How would you say it in French? You know the word for blue, and you know the word for pen. Remember that you're going to put the adjective after the noun in French, and you're going to make sure that the gender matches the noun that it's modifying. So let's take a look. We would say un stylo bleu. There you go. Hopefully you can see that. Un stylo bleu, so un stylo is my masculine noun. Bleu is the masculine form of this adjective that modifies the masculine noun. Now let's take a look at a feminine noun to see what the differences are. So we've got a black chair. Again, in English, the adjective goes before the noun, but this noun, une chaise, in French, is feminine. So when we translate it, we're going to say, une chaise noire. And that E is going to be added because the chair is feminine. So it is a noun, but it is a feminine noun because we have the une here, and that's our tip off. If you didn't remember that chaise was feminine, it's not a problem. You can say, what are my hints? So une is going to clue me into, that's a feminine noun. So chaise must be feminine. So therefore, I'm going to add an E to the end because it is a feminine form. So let's take a look at a purple chair. In English, we're going to put the adjective beforehand. What are we going to do in French? You're right. We're going to switch it to after the noun. And you already know chair in French is feminine. So what are we going to do with that adjective's form? You're right. We're going to put it into a feminine form. Here we go. So we've got une chaise violette, which is the feminine form of violet. So you'll notice that violette adds an extra T and then the E, And there's a whole list of adjectives in your book that are very similar to this. I want you to take a look at that list because there are very slight modifications, but in general, when you have a feminine form of an adjective, you're going to add the E on the bottom, or at the end, So As with any good rule, you know what I'm going to say? There are some exceptions. We just talked about how in English, the adjective comes before the noun. And in French, it comes after the noun. Well, there's a couple of exceptions that I want you to know about. However, it's pretty easy to memorize them because you use the acronym BAGS, B-A-G-S. This will help you remember the exceptions. So the exceptions, BAGS, they go before the noun in French. They're exceptions of beauty, age, good or bad, and size. So any words that are describing beauty, age, good and bad, and size are going to come before the noun in French. And those are the only ones. You're just going to have to memorize them. But as I said, they're not a lot. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. A beautiful pen. Oh, guess what? That is an adjective of beauty. So that's going to come before the noun. Now, we already know that pen is masculine, so it's going to take a masculine form. Beau stylo. Again, it's matching in gender form. So stylo is masculine, therefore beau is going to be the masculine form of beautiful. But it's going to come before the noun because it's one of those exceptions. Let's take a look at a feminine example. A good idea. An idea happens to be feminine in French. And good happens to be one of those exceptions. So we know it's going to come before the noun. So in French, it's going to be une bonne idée. Une bonne idée. So bonne takes the feminine form because idée is feminine. But it's going to come before the noun because it's one of those exceptions. I'm going to link another video for you, and I want you to take a look at that adjective list in your textbook because that will help you to start memorizing those forms of adjectives and at the exceptions. Merci, bonsoir et à bientôt.